The points A, B, C and D lie in order on a straight line, such that AB to BD is 1 to 2, AC to CD is 7 to 2, and we need to find the ratio AB to BC to CD. Now, quite a bit of information there, and with these ratios, I'm finding it quite difficult to visualize what's going on. So let me draw this out. I'm going to draw this straight line, just roughly. It doesn't have to be accurate. It's not even straight. It's not important. I'll say that this is point A. I'll say that this is point B. It tells me they're in order. This is point C, and this is point D. I've probably put those in the wrong places, but it doesn't really matter. It's just to help me out. Because what I can do now, when it says AB is one part, well, let me mark that on. AB is one part here. And when it says that BD is two parts, well, I can mark on the BD this whole thing here as two parts. Next, moving to the second ratio. I'm told that AC is 7 parts. So this is 7 parts. And then we're told that CD is 2 parts. Now, I would prefer to think of these ratios as fractions. So looking at the green ratio on the top, the 1 to 2 ratio, I can think of this as being 1/3 of the whole line, and this as being 2/3 of the whole line. Similarly, with the blue ratio underneath, I can think of this as being 7/9 of the whole line, and this as being 2/9 of the whole line. Now, in order for me to compare these two fractions, the green fractions and the blue fractions, I'd like to have a common denominator, because that would make it easier for me to compare them. So if I times the green fractions by 3, then they would be out of 9 as well. So let me do that. Let me times these first fractions by 3, the green fractions by 3. So 1/3 will turn into a 3/9, and the 2/3 will turn into a 6/9. And I think they're going to be easier for me to compare, because now I can say that if this is 3/9 and this is 7/9, then the difference between them is going to be 4/9, which is then consistent when I look at the second, where this is 4/9, this is 2/9, and they add up to be the 6/9. So now that allows me to say, right, that A to B, that was the 3/9. The B to C, that's the 4/9. The C to D, that's the 2/9. Now, because these are a ratio, I can multiply through by 9 just to make these numbers a bit simpler. So this ratio is the same thing as 3 to 4 to 2. So the key thing with this question is to draw a little sketch, mark on the ratios in green and in blue. Oops. So that gets you to there. Then get yourself a common denominator so that you can compare those ratios easily. So you can turn the 1/3 and the 2/3 into a 3 over 9 and a 6 over 9. That way you can work out what this B to C section is here by doing the 7 over 9, take away the 3 over 9, which gives you the 4 over 9, and then the rest of the problem is pretty simple from there.